came here for the tea. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend, week, day, night. Y'all could tell that I drank my coffee today. I went to the gym. I'm doing all the things, okay? Because my energy is high. Let me bring it down a few notches. Girl, calm down. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to your fave, your comfort YouTuber, hopefully. Now, for real, thank you guys so much for being here with me to come chill out for story time, y'all's favorite. Today, I want to extend off of like the photography game, girl, because there is so much creepiness, as you probably can imagine. I mean, put two and two together, it's really easy because you have these really, really young people, not even just girls, really young people that aspire to be models. And guess what? It ain't cheap. There are more photographers now than ever, but back then, like, you know, not everybody was showcasing their work, and it was kind of slim pickings in a way, especially for trade work or cheaper work, because anything professional, girl, it was very costly, especially for your portfolio. And I always do this. Listen, I know, I am aware. This was so unserious. Please understand, I never took myself seriously as a model. And the reason why is because every girl and their mama was working on their portfolio, just like every dude is a SoundCloud rapper. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this for my portfolio. Like, girl, we have no portfolios, okay? Don't nobody wanna see our 3-ring binder, bitch. Now, I'm sure things are different nowadays, but I do wanna tell you guys, kind of, you know, as a word of advice, as a, you know, proceed with caution, because there's some creepy people out there that specifically become photographers and get themselves some equipment just to be pervs. I'm Soros, and as we get, and this is gonna be a series, and as we get further into it, I'm gonna tell you guys all the different times that I know that these photographers, all of them were men. This is just my personal experience. So many of them were perverts, okay? Once upon a time, not long ago, I started building up my kit, and you know, if I was ever needed, I never was on like a professional basis. I'm not certified, girl, okay? So don't come at me sideways. I was just there to help, not do quinceañeras. I'm not here to do your birthday makeup. I'm not here for none of that. But if you want to take some cute pictures, I'm your girl, but like, not too much high risk, okay? Girl, why am I saying all that? And I'm literally doing my sister-in-law's makeup for her wedding. It's okay, don't be worried, I got you. I know what I'm doing now. So I start making all my friends that do the same thing, or like, you know, model on the side or do catalog work and stuff. Sometimes they would like their makeup done, okay? So we're gonna be talking about let me not be mean. It's not that she wasn't my friend. It's just that she and I did not meet organically. David had a friend that he has known forever and ever, like basically all of his life. And this was his girl, okay? She was a few years younger than me, and she just lived a very different lifestyle. Let's name her first. We're gonna name her Crystal. Crystal was a go-go dancer, okay? She was one of them that, you know, in the club, in the cages, on the stages, okay? She was one of them, and she had a very cute little body. She was a party animal. She was like a rave girl, real hyper, and she just had like a lot of energy to her, okay? Girl, I have to tell you guys about this one time. Hold on, just a little side story from the story, because I just want to know what y'all would have done, because in my mind, I reacted differently than I reacted in real life. Like, in my mind, I would have dragged a hoe. But in real life, that's not what happened. Let me tell you. We were going on like a double date or something, and we were gonna go to the club, okay? They come over, Crystal's there with her mans. They come over to our little bitty shitty apartment. Y'all remember, my OGs, okay? So they come over there, and she wants me to do her makeup for the night. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she comes over a little early, and you know, she comes into my room, and I already have everything set up because I was already doing YouTube at the time. So I sat her down at my vanity, and I did her makeup, and you know, she wanted like a dark smoky eye and stuff. And she was like, yeah, it's gonna match my outfit. And I was like, all right, cool. I didn't really see her come in with anything, but you know, maybe she has it in the car. I don't really know. All she said was, it's gonna match my outfit. So I get done with the makeup, and I'm already ready. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna change real fast, and then we can go. And I was like, all right. And I'm still a tad bit confused, girl, because I have not seen her come in with anything. So I go back to the living room where the boys are, and I go sit next to David, and we're just gonna wait for her to get ready. And she grabs this little bitty ass bag, girl. I should have known. She has this little bitty ass bag. It's like a little tote bag. She goes into my room, shuts the door, she changes, okay? And we're all waiting for her. I'm talking to the boys, and the hallway is right here to my left, and David's on the couch, and then his friend is standing up near the door. And his friend really wanted to go. Like, he was like, I don't know. He was kind of like in a rush. And girl, I see this girl come out of the hallway and she has on like this little bitty black crop top. From here up, not a problem, girl. And I'm like, oh, this is cute. And I look down, girl, I'm so serious right now, hear me when I tell you. A whole lip. A lip. A whole lip. The entire lip. One lip. All the way out. All the way out, girl. It was getting smushed and it was getting choked. Them was some coochie cutters if I've ever seen them in my life. I was like, that's why they call them that, because oh my God, I had never seen anything like that. Girl, you would think that if some other girl was showing her chonch around your man, that you'd be like, excuse me? I was stunned. I was stunned, and I was like, David is so messy. He cannot, don't do some shit like that around him, because he can't contain himself, and he just like literally slumps in the couch. Before I can even process the lippage, all of a sudden I start hearing a booming voice across the room. I forgot her man was even standing there for a second, because this is crazy. Why your coochie out? No ifs, ands, or buts, no transition, no entry question, no nothing. And she was like, I'm what? But he speed walks her within a blink of an eye. He's over there and he's literally like, he's like leading her into the hallway, and he's like, you need to put some pants on. And she was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, we're not leaving here until you put some pants on. And she was like, these are my pants. She was like, these are my bottoms. Can't tell you how many times this happened, that our friends, that our couples like fight. And I don't know why, but David and I are always there, and we're just like, and he was like, you need to put your coochie away. You are not about to tell me what I can and cannot wear. Like, I want to wear these. There was a compromise that happened, if you could even call it that. She had a pair of fishnets that she could put on under them. So she went back into my room to put the fishnets on. I mean, it camouflaged it a little bit. I have been doing like makeup for one of my friend's photo shoots. I put it on Instagram, and I had no idea up until this point that she was interested in modeling or anything. And she was like, hey, I have this photo shoot and I would really love it if you would do my makeup. Like, is that cool? And I was like, yeah, of course, I got some time. What are you thinking? Like, what's the vibe? What's the look you're going for? So she starts sharing with me her ideas. We go back and forth, and we come up with a day to do like a trial. She approves it. Not only does she want me to do her makeup, she wanted me to come with her to the photo shoot to like touch her up, but also like she was looking for guidance. And I told her over and over and over, like, I am not a professional. I got my millennial poses, girl, like, what? Anyways, the boys start talking, and he was going, her man's, to keep her safe, that David should just go as well. And then after that, maybe we could go do something together, okay? So it was gonna be a far ride anyway. We might as well just go together. Okay, cool. So the day comes around of this photo shoot, and I don't know anything else besides the address of where we're going, and then it's hella far. So she comes over, I get her all ready. She has like this duffel bag with her. We take off in separate cars and we start following them. I had not asked any questions about the photographer. Please do not agree to work on a photo shoot without asking about the photographer. So I start seeing some roundabouts, I start seeing some suburban houses, and I'm like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting the suburbs. I guess I was expecting like some sort of like studio or something, or like, I don't know. I've been to a lot of different photo shoots, and my friends, they have a different setup going on. But why are we all up in some random neighborhood with normal looking houses? And I'm like, he was like, do you know the photographer? Like, do you know this dude? And I was like, no. We all get out of the car, and I am just like, okay, let's not judge a book by its cover. Like, maybe they have an in-home studio, okay? So we go up to the porch, and they ring the doorbell, and this man comes to the door. This man is like in his late 40s, early 50s. And keep in mind, my friend, at the time, I'm like 21, if that. So, and she was like 18. He's got glasses on. He's got the horseshoe hair going on where he's bald right here and only got hair like this. I mean, this is an older man. Got a raggedy t-shirt on, some sweats on. He looks like he has been sitting on a couch all day. I'm dressed up, everybody's dressed up because we were gonna go do something after. So just seeing, it was just vibes not matchy, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, was he even are we at the right house? Like, what is this? Hi, Crystal. He starts talking to her, and he starts leading us into his home. I'm not gonna judge nobody by the way that they live. All I'm going to say is that they sure did like a lot of stuff. There was just stuff everywhere. Very cramped. I guess we could call it cozy. There are so many dogs. And I love dogs. The dogs weren't the issue. These were golden retrievers. And they were big, and there was like 5 or 6 of them, girl. I'm not even lying. I'm not even exaggerating. And they were big. So we walk in, and straight ahead is the living room. They have a huge couch that kind of goes against the perimeter of that room. And there are just dogs everywhere. He starts shoo-shooing the dogs off of the couch, and he offers us a seat. And girl, when I tell you, that couch was made out of dog hair. You hear me? That was a dog hair couch. That was a golden retriever couch. I couldn't even see the actual color of the couch, girl. There was so much dog hair. Like, I understand, you know, I have cat sat for my sister-in-law with the, you know, the cat hair. My cousin's huskies, you know, they do a little lint rolling on their couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be back. Girl, he tells us to sit down. I'm wearing black. I knew. I didn't want to be rude. So I sat down on that couch and knowing good and well that it was going to look like I was Chewbacca by the time I stood up. I just knew it. I just came to terms with it, okay? Not a big deal. Not gonna freak out about it. It's just a little bit of dog hair. We could get over it. It's fine. In the corner of that couch was a very, very pregnant woman. She's like, oh, hi guys. Meanwhile, I just want you guys to imagine in the mind's eye, I have on like a little skirt and a little cute blouse, and y'all already know how she be dressing. She be dressing like a go-go dancer all the time. Like, that's just her aesthetic. We are sitting in front of this man's pregnant wife. And I just felt so awkward about it. Like, I don't know. I really was looking at this lady like, you're cool with this? Like, we have a little chit chat. Of course, you know, the baby comes up in conversation when they're gonna have the baby. It's a boy, right? We have pleasantry conversation. And in the middle of it, he's gonna look at me and Crystal. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to head upstairs? And I'm looking over at David because, like, I'm not going nowhere without the boys. They're not just here to be chilling in the living room while you take us upstairs. Are you crazy? Here goes Crystal standing up right away. Yep, we're ready. Can they come? I was like, I actually need his help because, you know, I had like a little kit with me, and I was like, oh, it's just so heavy. Like, can he help me? Yeah, they can come. I mean, just know that I don't have a whole lot of room in there. So one of you guys might have to stand out on the hallway. So if you're fine with that, you know, just kind of like throwing a little toot. And I was like, we go upstairs. The stairs are really narrow. And we go down to the furthest room at the end of the hall on the right. The room was actually a pretty sizable room, but he did have like a setup in there with like seamless paper in the far back wall. And then he had seamless paper coming down onto the floor. He had like this stool thing in the middle. And then he had his camera equipment. And then up against the other wall, he had like a really small bench. Every single portion of that room was being used. And the little seating area was pretty small. And he's gonna be standing like directly in front of you, like 5 or so feet away, like you're right there behind him, okay? So it is kind of a tight fit. I started doing touch-ups on Crystal, and he starts fiddling with his camera, and David comes into the room and he starts trying to find a space for him on that little bench. And this photographer is going like all around his camera, you know, getting things, memory cards and stuff or whatever. And so he's moving around, and I can see him like he keeps like looking at David, kind of moving in a way that's indicative that you're in the way. Meanwhile, Crystal's man out in the hallway, but the door's open, so we can see him. He can see into the room. His huffing and puffing is very audible and impossible to ignore. So David just starts looking at him. I'm kind of looking behind me because I'm touching up Crystal at this moment, and I hear this man just you know, going back and forth. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of space here, and I need this space so that I can, you know, take the photos. Do you mind just standing out there? Like right there? Yeah, like in the hallway. And he was like, I'll stand right there. And he was pointing next to his friend that was standing in the doorway. David was basically saying like, you're not about to shut the door, okay? Like, I'm gonna stand right there. And they have like this little standoff moment. He goes and stands next to his friend in the doorway, and they just, you know, they're just overlooking the situation. Show her the mirror, she approves of everything, and the photo shoot starts. Everybody gotta start out somewhere. It was just very uncomfortable for all parties involved because Crystal was still as a statue, bitch. She froze up in all the wrong ways. Like, I understand, like, you want to hit the pose, but girl, I'm talking about no shade, no tea. Like, I'm gonna need you to look up some poses or something before you get here. I'm gonna need you to make your limbs a little fluid, like, girl, like, you know. And he was taking pictures, and she's like this. Photo after photo after photo, and this man is like, okay, do you want to turn or maybe do like another? I cannot just watch her struggle like this. So I start low-key not coaching her, but just kind of like try putting your hand on your chin, like try doing one of these. And he starts building on it, and he's like, yes, okay, now move your chin a little bit down. And so at this point, it's both me and him that are kind of combining ideas to get these shots, okay? This man starts getting excited, and you could tell, you know, he's like, yes, like this is coming out great, okay, perfect. It starts becoming a little less awkward. She, you know, because she's getting, you know, positive feedback, and, you know, I'm like hyping her up. I'm like, yes, girl, Crystal, yes, like that is your side, like, yes, girl, like lift your chin up, look, girl, you look so good. And it does work. And make sure that if you ever decide to take anybody with you to a photo shoot, make sure that you take the most supportive, your hype man, okay? Don't be taking your little hateration, holleration friends that will just look at you while you're trying to take some cute photos. Instead of being like, yes, girl, like I'm that friend where I'm like, yes, pop the leg, yes, girl, look at you. You are glowing, mama. It's like, I'm that one, okay? She starts responding very well, and we start getting some really good shots from her. She had like 2 or 3 different outfits. I use that term loosely, but the clothes are not loose, girl, okay? She changes. They're boy shorts, but they're super, super tight. They're leather. She's sitting on this stool, and I don't know, like, it just kind of, I don't know, it was just like pushing out her hips in a way that was not flattering. And I go over there and I start like kind of pulling it up and fixing it so she has more of like a V shape around her waist. You know, she got a booty. So I start fixing it around her waist, and I'm like going around and making sure it's straight. So I'm going around her. I'm partially bent over at the hips. Why do I hear the click of that damn camera? The lights. Sir, did you just take a picture of my booty? Did you just take a picture of my booty? Just trying to fix the settings, I'm so sorry. And I was like, immediately, I am off that floor. I'm not gonna play games with this man. I'm like, what you mean you accidentally pressed the button? No, you didn't, you pervert. So I go and I take myself a cute little seat, and I stay there for the rest of the time. Well, fast forward, and Crystal starts asking for water. So David asked me, he was like, baby, you want water? And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, cause I was genuinely thirsty, okay? They had me working up in this piece. He was like, I'm gonna go get him real fast. I'll be right back. And I was like, okay, like, please hurry. Immediately bad idea. Immediately bad idea. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that we were the smartest, girl. We were young. Why do you think that I'm telling you this? So you can learn from my mistakes, okay? So save your judgment. I swear, he closes the door. You don't need it open? Why are you closing the door? There's a light coming in from the hallway that's kind of like messing with my settings, which is why like I was fiddling with my camera. He was like, so I want to take a few shots where it's just my studio lights. Okay. Don't try nothing. I will stick this heel in your jugular, sir. He starts directing Crystal very differently than he had the entire time that we had been there. One leg up. Let's try one leg up. Now let's kind of open it a little bit. Let's do kind of like an angle, dipping her chest, and like the entire time he had not been taking photos like that. How about we get a few shots of like your entire outfit? Stand up for me. He takes the stool away, and he's moving very fast. He's moving very fast. He comes back around the camera, and he's like, okay, full outfit photos. And you know, they're coming out pretty cute. You know, she's doing some hip shots. Okay, cool. He tells her, turn around. And he has her looking over her shoulder. Her booty looks amazing. I mean, okay, like this is her shoot. Whatever she's comfortable with, I guess. He comes back around the camera, grabs that stool, puts it right back in the middle. Stay turned around and sit on the stool. Her back is towards the camera. She sits on the stool. The stool has like a set of higher bars on the bottom part of it. He tells her to put her feet up on there. Her legs are up, and you know, her booty popping. Look behind you, and this girl's whole booty cheek. The prongs that she had her feet on were on the sides of the stool, so her legs were completely open. So them booty shorts started looking very much like a thong. All the meats we're on that stool. He's taking my job as Mr. Hype Man because he's getting real excited. Crystal starts getting a little feel for the position, okay? She starts putting her little flair to it and she's popping her booty out a little bit and, you know, and flipping of the hair. There's absolutely no sign that she is uncomfortable with this. She didn't like this position or anything. Like, these are the photos that she wanted. She was very excited, okay? Within 2-3 minutes, this man got so many pictures. I mean, he got so many pictures. He gets the shots that he wants. The back shots, if you will. Okay, great. I think we got everything that we need. You know, I'll do the editing on these and, you know, I'll send them to you in a few weeks. And she gets into her club clothes, which was basically the same thing. And we leave and we go back downstairs. The wife had gotten them into a conversation. I don't know if she was a part. I don't know if she's in on it. I don't know. But David was like, she would not stop talking to us. Like, I kind of felt rude just walking away. So they had the water bottles in their hand while we were coming downstairs. They were about to come upstairs. So we like met them right there. We take our water bottles. We say our quick goodbyes. I told David, I was like, I just want to go. And he was like, okay. So we leave with a quickness. Y'all already know. The whole way to wherever we were going, I told David all the tea and I was like, babe, like, it got kind of weird. Like, I started telling him, I was like, it kind of switched up a little bit after y'all left. Like, I was trying to get out of that conversation, but that lady just like kept talking, like asking questions. He was like, I don't know. He was like, it was kind of irritating me a little bit. Weird. Fast forward. Finally, Crystal puts them on the great old FB page, okay? And I am interested. I am very interested to see which one she posts. Because, you know, she's not shy, so I'm guessing all of them, and how they came out. These pictures. It wasn't about Crystal. It was not. The lighting was wrong. It was terrible. The shadows, like, terrible. Like, there were weird shadows across her face, across her body. I'm not even trying to hate. It wasn't even about Crystal. She looked great, but it was just the quality of the photos was terrible, okay? They are maybe 2-3 of the same pose, but different photos. Does that make sense? She had done so many different poses, like maybe 2 poses per outfit. And my point being is that she had done so many different poses. The only ones that I was seeing were a few in comparison to all of the others that had been taken. Maybe these are just the ones that she wants to post on Facebook. Maybe she just kind of wanted to keep the rest for her portfolio or just for her personal use. I ended up getting a text from oh girl, and she's like asking, she's like, hey, did you see the pics? Like, what'd you think? You know, I texted back and I was like, yeah, girl, you know, they look great. What was I gonna say? I'm sorry. With my bestie, I will be so honest. Even if it's gonna hurt you, I would rather hurt you than have you look stupid. But like, I just didn't know her well enough. I don't know. I panicked. Yeah, girl, they look so good. But I was curious. I was like, did you keep the other ones for yourself? Are you putting them in your portfolio? Why is she gonna text back? What other ones? Crystal. I know you're lying. I texted her back with a quickness and I was like, wait a minute. I must be misunderstanding. The photos on Facebook, those are all the pictures he sent you? Yeah, those are the only pictures he sent me. Don't they look great? She was ecstatic. She was happy. She had no questions. She wasn't seeing what I was seeing, what y'all are probably seeing or thinking. I don't know. Like, this girl, I was like, okay. There were so many shots taken and different and like very, very much, okay? All of them were bad? All of them? All of it. I refused. Did the other ones not work out? And she was like, I guess not. Like, she really was not concerned about it. She loved the photos that she got. She had no questions or qualms about the other photos, and she just completely trusted the process and said, well, if he didn't find value in them, well, then they must have gone in the trash, or like, I don't know where she thought them photos went, but she was not concerned about it. And I was like, this 40, 50-year-old man that has a newborn probably right now has pictures of you somewheres like that you've never even seen. Could not be me. The lesson for me was to ask, okay? Inquire a little bit before you agree to be a part of any collaborations, any events, or any, I don't care what it is, ask. Ask about who's gonna be there, where it's gonna be, like who, what, where, when, and how. Maybe I was just being judgy. The house and the pregnant wife and all that threw me off. But what you cannot tell me that I'm being judgy about and weird about is the fact that them pictures have never seen the light of day outside of that man's house. Please be so careful with the people that you work with on an artistic level, especially when it comes to photography. You choose, you set your boundaries. Do not be afraid to lose work. Do not be afraid to lose collaborations because people want you to step outside of your comfort zone. The next video in this series, I'm going to be talking about a girl that did not heed this warning, and I almost was in her position, and she ended up really regretting it. Thank y'all so much for coming over here to chill with me as per usual. I love you, but God loves you infinitely more. And I will see your fine self in my next video. Peace out, y'all.